Out in the wild, it's all about survival. You're constantly adapting, overcoming, pushing yourself to the limit. But when the world, as we know it, falls apart, survival becomes the name of the game. In such SHTF scenarios, bartering becomes a crucial skill. Forget cash, forget credit cards. It's all about what you can offer, what you can trade to make it through another day. Today, we'll explore the top 10 essential bartering skills you'll need to survive. These aren't just skills, they're lifelines in a world gone sideways. Out here, injuries are a part of life. A sprained ankle, a nasty cut, they can happen in a flash. That's why knowing basic first aid is essential. Being able to clean and bandage a wound, splint a broken bone. These skills become invaluable in a crisis. But it's not just about patching yourself up. Imagine someone in your community gets hurt. They need help, and you're the one with the know-how. That's where bartering comes in. Your first aid skills become your currency. You trade your knowledge for food, shelter, protection, whatever you need to survive. And it doesn't stop at the basics. The more advanced your medical knowledge, the more valuable you become. Knowing how to stitch a wound or even treat an infection, these skills can mean the difference between life and death for someone. And in a world gone wrong, that kind of expertise is priceless. Shelter is non-negotiable in a survival situation. It protects you from the elements, keeps you safe from predators, and provides a sense of security in a world gone haywire. Now imagine being able to build that shelter with your own two hands. Knowing how to construct a basic lean-to, reinforce a structure, or even build a more permanent dwelling. These skills are pure gold in a barter situation. People will trade valuable resources for the security of a solid roof over their heads. Food, water, tools, you name it. Your building skills can earn it. And it's not just about building from scratch. Knowing how to repair existing structures, patch up holes, or shore up weakened walls, these skills are equally valuable. In a world where existing infrastructure may be compromised, your ability to fix and fortify becomes essential. So, learn the basics of construction, practice your knots, and get familiar with different building materials. You never know when those skills might just save your neck and, earn you a decent meal. When the supermarket shelves are empty and the supply chains have crumbled, knowing how to grow your own food becomes paramount. That's where gardening skills come in. This isn't just about pretty flowers, they're about survival. Imagine being able to cultivate a patch of land, nurture seeds into edible plants, and provide sustenance for yourself and others. That's power in a world gone hungry. People will barter their most prized possessions for a share of your harvest, for the knowledge to grow their own food. Learn the basics of soil preparation, seed selection, watering techniques, and natural pest control. The more you know, the more self-sufficient you become, and the more valuable you are in a barter situation. Water is life, and in a survival scenario, finding clean, drinkable water can be the difference between life and death. Knowing how to purify water is like having the power to turn liquid death into liquid gold. Imagine stumbling upon a murky pool of water, potentially contaminated, potentially deadly. But you, with your knowledge of water purification, can transform it into a source of life. You can use boiling, filtration, or even solar disinfection to make that water safe to drink. This skill is invaluable in a barter situation. People will trade essential goods and services for access to clean water. They'll trade tools, shelter, even protection for a drink that won't make them sick or worse. Learn the different methods of water purification, practice them, and always have a way to purify water on the go. It's a skill that can save your life and make you a valuable asset in a community struggling to survive. Let's face it, when the going gets tough, you can't survive on berries and roots alone. You need protein, you need sustenance, you need to hunt and fish. These skills, often romanticized, become essential in a world where supermarkets are a distant memory. Knowing how to track an animal, set a trap, or even use a simple weapon like a bow and arrow, these skills can put food on the table, literally. And the same goes for fishing. Knowing how to craft a fishing rod, bait a hook, and read the water. These skills can mean the difference between a full stomach and an empty one. In a barter situation, being a provider, a hunter-gatherer, instantly elevates your worth. People will trade valuable resources for a share of your catch, for the knowledge to feed themselves and their families. So, learn the basics of hunting and fishing, practice your skills responsibly, and be prepared to provide for yourself and others when the need arises. In a world reliant on technology, the ability to fix things becomes a superpower. Cars, generators, water pumps, these machines can be lifelines in a crisis, but only if they're working. That's where your mechanical repair skills come in. Imagine being able to diagnose a problem, tinker with an engine, and get that vital piece of machinery up and running again. You become the go-to person, the problem solver, the one who keeps things going when everyone else is scratching their heads. In a barter situation, this skill is priceless. People will trade essential goods and services for your expertise. They'll trade food, shelter, even protection for someone who can keep their world running. So, get your hands dirty, learn the basics of mechanics, and familiarize yourself with common repairs. It's a skill that will make you indispensable in a world struggling to rebuild. In a survival situation, food is more than just fuel. It's a morale booster, a symbol of hope, a reminder that life goes on. Knowing how to cook and preserve food can transform a meager supply into a feast that lasts. Imagine being able to take foraged ingredients, hunted game, or even garden vegetables, and turn them into delicious, nourishing meals. You become the heart of the community, the one who brings people together around a shared table, even in the darkest of times. But it's not just about cooking. It's about making food last. Knowing how to smoke meat, dry fruits, pickle vegetables, these preservation techniques can mean the difference between feasting and famine. In a barter situation, your culinary skills and preservation knowledge are highly sought after. People will trade valuable resources for a taste of normalcy, for the comfort of a hot meal, for the security of knowing they have food for the days to come. In a world without rules, the ability to protect yourself and those you care about is non-negotiable. Self-defense isn't about aggression, it's about survival. It's about having the confidence and the skills to deter threats, to escape dangerous situations, and to defend yourself if necessary. Imagine being able to hold your own in a confrontation, to disarm an attacker, to escape unharmed. That confidence, that ability to protect, is a powerful asset in a barter situation. People are drawn to strength, to those who can provide a sense of security in an uncertain world. Your self-defense skills can earn you respect, trust, and valuable resources. Learn basic self-defense techniques, practice situational awareness, and consider carrying a non-lethal defense tool. Remember, self-defense is not about seeking out conflict. It's about being prepared to face it if it comes your way. When the clothes on your back are the only ones you've got, knowing how to sew and repair them becomes crucial. A ripped seam, a missing button, these minor inconveniences can turn into major problems in a survival situation. Imagine being able to patch up a tear, replace a zipper, or even fashion a new garment from scavenged materials. You become the tailor, the mender, the one who keeps people clothed and protected from the elements. In a barter situation, these skills are worth their weight in gold. People will trade essential goods and services for the ability to keep their clothes functional and weatherproof. Learn basic sewing techniques, practice patching and mending, and familiarize yourself with different fabrics and materials. It's a skill that can keep you warm, protected, and valuable in a world where new clothes are a luxury. Fire. It's warmth, it's cooked food, it's protection, it's a signal for help, it's a psychological boost in a world gone dark. Knowing how to start a fire without matches or a lighter is a fundamental survival skill. Imagine the sun is set, the temperature is dropping, and you need to start a fire. You gather tinder, build a structure, and use friction or a spark to ignite the flame. That fire, that symbol of hope and resilience, is a game changer in a survival situation. In a barter situation, your fire-starting skills are highly sought after. People will trade valuable resources for the ability to cook their food, stay warm, and keep the darkness at bay. Learn different fire-starting methods, practice them regularly, and always carry a backup method. It's a skill that can make all the difference in a world where fire equals survival. So there you have it, the top 10 bartering skills that can make you invaluable in a SHTF scenario. Remember, these skills are not just about survival. They are about thriving in a world where resources are scarce. They're about self-reliance, community, and the will to keep going when the going gets tough. Start learning and practicing these skills now so you're prepared for any SHTF scenario. Head over to survivalcavefood.com and grab some of our delicious canned meats and pre-packaged meals. I have also put some links below so you can download some survival tools absolutely free. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Empower yourself with the knowledge and skills to overcome it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more survival tips. Stay safe out there, and remember, survival is an attitude, a mindset, a choice we make every single day.